From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White. Pipelines were a hot topic going into the Premier's first face-to-face meeting with the Prime Minister since the federal election. Prairie premiers have been pushing for a new pipeline to get oil and gas to market. Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew says Hudson Bay in northern Manitoba can become a port of interest for oil and other goods.
We have tidewater. We got communities who are ready to engage in northern Manitoba to bring these natural resources to market. So let's use the private sector to figure out the engineering, the best route, and how to energize the Western Canadian engine that's going to power the Canadian economy.
Meanwhile, Saskatchewan's Scott Moe and Alberta's Danielle Smith have advocated for an energy corridor between northern BC and northern Manitoba. Residents of Flin Flon are still under an evacuation order as wildfires continue to rage in northern Manitoba. Local musician Derek Kemp managed to grab his guitars, amps, and a computer with 20 years of songs on it before he fled. He says he woke up to a whole new world last week after the fire exploded in size.
And I was like, oh, it looks like there's a fire there. And then the next day when I woke up, it was just giant plumes of smoke, and at work we were just kind of watching it gradually growing throughout the day.
Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew says hotels in Winnipeg are opening up to the province's 17,000 residents fleeing the fires. He says the first hotel rooms were going to people with accessibility needs before being offered out to everyone else who needs assistance. Defense lawyers have wrapped up their case in the sexual assault trial of 5 former members of Canada's World Junior Hockey team. They and prosecutors will make legal submissions to the judge next week. All 5 accused have pleaded not guilty. The federal government collected an extra $617 million in import duties this past March, compared to a year earlier. The extra money came as Ottawa slapped retaliatory tariffs on billions of dollars of U.S. goods entering the country. The United Steelworkers Union welcomes the industry minister's pledge to use Canadian steel and aluminum in major national projects. The Liberals campaigned in the recent election on maximizing the use of Canadian steel, aluminum, and forestry products in public projects. Shopify has come out on top in a battle with the Canada Revenue Agency.
A federal court order has sided with Shopify, which was fighting the CRA's attempt to get more than 6 years of company records. The records were being sought in order to verify that Canadian merchants using Shopify software were obeying tax laws. The judge decided not to order Shopify turn over the records because he found the tax agency had not outlined an identifiable group of individuals whose data it wanted. Michelle Zedekian, The Canadian Press.
This is The Canadian Press. In sports, the Ottawa Senators have signed defenseman Tyler Kleven to a 2-year contract extension. The deal carries an average annual value of $1.6 million US. Alexander Barkov's been awarded the Selke Trophy as the NHL's top defensive forward. He also received the King Clancy Trophy for combining on-ice leadership with humanitarian work. Panthers captain was presented with the awards before he and the team headed to Edmonton for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Wednesday. The Toronto Blue Jays are off tonight, but it's a battle of division leaders in Los Angeles as the Dodgers host the New York Mets. National League East leading New York has won 7 of its last 8 games, while NL West leading Los Angeles rebounded from 2 earlier losses against the Mets with series wins over Cleveland and the New York Yankees. And the International Ice Hockey Federation's postponed announcing the host city of the 2026 Women's World Hockey Championship until October. From the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.